If the foundations are faulty, what can the righteous do? Faith issues are foundational issues. Christian, marry Muslim. You say he's a nice guy, she's a nice girl. Foundational issues. Catholic, marry Pentecostal. Foundational issues. Life is different. You meet someone today, you've passed talking stage by 3 days time. You are in a romantic relationship in a week. You are seeing family members in 3 weeks time. You are picking wedding dates in 6 weeks time. 3 months you are married. Almost like they say, if you rush in, you are very likely going to rush out. What's chasing you? A lot of us are not okay. And a lot of us can only respond at the frequency of what we saw in our parents. Because you are traumatized, you don't know how to trust. You don't know how to allow someone to take care of you. You don't know how to be yourself around someone. You don't know how to be in a relationship without fighting. You don't know how to apologize. You don't know how to say you are sorry. The foundation is already full. All right, how you doing? Hello. My name is Toju Oluwatoyinbo, and I'm a relationship and marriage coach, and I'm really happy to be talking to you in this video today. All right, today we are talking about something very important. We're seeing it back to back in society, and I just thought to lend my voice to it. Again, like I always say, this is not the space and time to be an encyclopedia, but I will share some points. Why are marriages failing? Why are marriages crashing? The truth is, I really don't think that there are as many bad marriages as are projected or as the world wants us to think. It's just like we always say, bad news is good news, so bad news sells. However, there's still a shocking enough number of marriages that are crashing. And so I just put together 5-6 ways or 5-6 reasons marriages are crashing. All right, another one is a whole pipeline, is a whole chain, and I can't talk about every single one of them. But primarily, the reason that marriages fail or crash is that the foundations are faulty. And just like the Bible says, if the foundations are faulty, what can the righteous do? Listen, if the foundation is faulty, even when you get into the marriage and you now know better and you want to do better, you are going to still struggle. Even if you now get into the marriage and let's say, okay, you're not born again, and then you now get born again, it's even 2 layers of stress. Because you are dealing with learning how to be born again, and you're now dealing with a partner who is not saved. So that's 2 layers of stress for you. Okay? So if the foundations are broken, you are going to struggle. And what are the foundational issues? The dating process. Again, I can't go through the whole chain. But the dating process, you meet someone today, you've passed talking stage by 3 days time. You are in a romantic relationship in a week. You are seeing family members in 3 weeks time. You are picking wedding dates in 6 weeks time. In 3 months you are married. Again, we always say there are exceptions to the rule. But almost like they say, if you rush in, you are very likely going to rush out. What's chasing you? Someone you are 33, the person is 35. Okay, let me even say, because now say I'm old, let me get married quickly. You are 20, 23, 25. This person is 27. This person has lived so long. In your mind, you now know this person well enough in 3 months to live the rest of your life with that person. Are you kidding? Even the person at 25 or 27 might not have really even known themselves. They're in a new stage of life. Listen, when you're in primary school, the world is whistle and bells. You know anything. When you're in secondary school, you begin to interact a little bit with life. Maybe when you go to boarding house and realize that not everybody is from the same kind of home or have the same kind of parents that you do, or have the same kind of money or not as you do, then begin to realize that life is different. Okay, then you do WAEC, you do jam, you are beginning to have a sense of life. Then you go into labor market or favor market, as the case may be, and you realize that your first class is nothing when it comes to getting a job. You are now interacting with life. When you've gone out of your parents' house and you're now living alone, paying your bills by yourself, you realize that life is very different. That's when you know the price of oil and you know the price of gas. Do you understand? You will know when your friends are earning in dollars and they are enjoying as the price is going up, and you are earning in naira and you're crying. Then you are beginning to interact with life. Okay? When you have gone through situations where you prayed and the prayer was seemingly not answered, then you're now asking serious questions. that how does this faith thing work? You now go and open concordance and you're beginning to study. Hey, you're now interacting with life. So this person is still on that evolution journey, and you feel that you know this person in 3 months, you've conquered. You now want to enter a covenant as serious as marriage. Not contract, not colleague, not co-worker, not co-space, working space, not office space, marital space. The foundation is already faulty, and you can't see enough in that time. Or if you're so thrilled about the concept of getting married, you see red flags, but like Pastor Kingsley will say, use the red flag to do ashwebi. You're not paying attention, all right? Or your expectations are faulty. You have highfalutin expectations. You have lofty expectations. You have unrealistic expectations. Or you have unmentioned expectations. You just believe, as a man, he should ABC. And then you marry and the man is like, me? Couldn't be. Then who? Right? Or as a man, you have certain expectations of the woman. The woman should be able to, based on the fact that she's feminine gender. And she enters and she's like, yeah, I wasn't doing this in my father's house and I have no intentions to do this. Expectations, have you laid them out or not? These are foundational issues. All right? Or you're getting married for the wrong reasons. And I know we say this all the time, but there are still people who got married last week Saturday who got married for the wrong reason. And they know it. Or maybe time will show them that they got married for the wrong reasons. Some people want to get married to escape their family house. Some people want to marry to escape poverty. Some people want to marry because they feel they're getting old and they want to have kids fast. Some people want to marry because society seems to respect married people more. Some people want to marry because, hey, their spouse has red passports or blue passports. So it's a fast track way to get, to jackpot, to leave this country. You've tried masters mastered you. You've tried the global talent. They say you don't have talent. They rejected you. What's the other one? Other ways that they did not accept you. This person who you know that on a bad day, you will not touch this person with a long pole. This person came to you and you accepted because of blue passports. It is well with you. So these are foundational issues. Faith issues are foundational issues. Christian, marry Muslim. You say he's a nice guy. She's a nice girl. Foundational issues. Catholic, marry Pentecostal. Foundational issues. Okay, so this is one of the reasons that marriages break. All right. Number 2 is trauma. Childhood trauma. This is a whole topic, and I know it's becoming more of a thing in society now, even in Africa, and I'm really thankful for that. A lot of us are not okay, and a lot of us can only respond at the frequency of what we saw in our parents. Some of you that have said, I will never ABC for a woman. I will never XYZ for a man. It's because you saw a picture in your parents, or you saw a picture in your auntie or your uncle or whatever. Some of you that have a very good partner with you right now, you are self-sabotaging, you are self-destructing, you are in jeopardy, you are jeopardizing the relationship because you are traumatized. You don't know how to trust. You don't know how to allow someone to take care of you. You don't know how to be yourself around someone. You don't know how to be in a relationship without fighting. You don't know how to apologize. You don't know how to say you are sorry. You don't know how to fix a date and commit to the date. You're always finding a reason to elongate the date. It's trauma. You know you really like the person, but you find a reason to break the relationship. Because, hey, commitment just sets off all the alarm bells in your head. It is trauma. You know this person is a good person, but you are looking for a fault. You are looking for something somewhere. You just want to find a reason to trip the person up, as somebody cannot be this perfect safe. Aye, na lie. You will show me your true color. And so you are pressing buttons that you created by yourself to create a monster out of an angel. Trauma. So there's a lot of healing that has to be done emotionally, mentally. You need a reorientation on family. You see people online enjoying their best life. You say, you don't know what they are suffering inside. Come off it. Trauma. Not everybody is lying. There are people that are lying. There are people that are just for content creation. But if somebody has been married 12 years, 15 years, growing in love, sharing loving content, will somebody be lying for 15 years? After 4 children, some of which are now in university, how many lie I won't lie? And you know what? Even if it's a lie, let's just even say, can it pay? It turns out that 35 years down the line is a lie. Why don't you, after 11 years, take their own and say, you people made something beautiful. Take it and make your own. So that if their own breaks, they will not be looking at you and, and now we teach this person. No. It will now be on them, not on you. How about that? All right? So there's trauma, and that's a huge one. Number 3, and maybe in a sense bigger than the first 2, is self. I sit across the table from people who are saying their marriage is falling apart, and they are blaming everybody else but themselves. Everybody else has a hand in it. I mean, sometimes they always say, I know I have my own issues too, but they never focus on those issues in the sessions. They can give me a list of 25 things their spouse is doing wrong, but forget to touch on their 27, forget to touch on their 50, forget to touch on their 57. It's self. As long as self is alive and well in marriage, you will self-destruct. We're very familiar now with that scripture in Matthew 19 that says that people divorce because of the hardness of their hearts. So when you get to that point where you don't want to hear, you know how angry people say, when I'm angry, I don't used to hear anything. No, nobody can calm me down. I don't used to, my eyes red that period. After that, I can reconcile, but in that period, just allow me to be mad. That's how self-seeking people and self-destructive people talk. So when you cannot see beyond yourself, you want to constantly be satisfied. Your spouse is the one that is wrong, so they need to fix up. Your spouse is the one that is wrong, so they need to apologize. Your spouse is the one that is wrong, so they need to go for counseling. They need to go for therapy. They are the ones that need prayers. They are the prayer point. When you approach your marriage like that, you're going to self-destruct. When you are not willing to see your side of the issue, even if your side is just 2%, 2% is bringing contamination. 2% is enough to stain white. Okay? Whether it's small palm oil or big palm oil, your white is no longer white. It is stained. So you need to take that responsibility. I've seen this too many times. Too many times. You are too set in your ways. You're too angry to apologize. Too self-absorbed to know that you are walking in pride. You are not ready for your marriage to heal and for your marriage to work. If you are always waiting for your partner to be the one to correct, then your marriage is not going to work. I know these days, we've seen so many things online. Let me leave it. Remember that even if you badmouth your spouse a lot, there are people that know the truth. And you might feel that they're on your side today. But one day, when you vex them, they'll come and share your story online. There's one particular actress now. You might not know what the timestamps are. Who's coming around to say, her husband left her because of this, her husband left her because of that. And the comment section is so brutal. And everyone's like, we did not forget, you are the one that snatched the person's husband. You are the one that did this. And then people are coming out with receipts of what the woman did, messages the woman sent. And I'm just like, this is just so messy. If you don't get rid of self will get rid of you. That's just the truth. You might feel like you're getting away with it up until a certain time, but it will not last. Number 4 is bad or wrong counsel. Bad or wrong counsel. Yes, your marriage is faulty. Then you go and meet someone whose marriage is equally faulty, or whose marriage is going through the rocks, or someone who does not have sense, or somebody who lives their life online, or someone who doesn't have the spiritual consecrations that you have, whether you are a Christian or a Muslim or whatever, and you go and listen to the person. You go and get succor and you confide in that person. You're not ready for your marriage to work. The person that is telling you give fire for fire. The person, and whether this is a guy or a woman, the person is telling you give fire for fire. The person is telling you leave your house, let them miss you, let them look for you. When you go for 1 week and they know that you won't take this rubbish. The person that is telling you, he's only giving you this amount of money. Ask for more. He has more money. The person that is telling you to make an episode online about your marriage. The person that is saying, call him out. These men, if you don't drag them, they don't used to hear. They don't used to respect you. That kind of advice you are looking for. And in the moment, because of how you feel, you might feel this is great. Let me do it. You might feel like somebody else did it. Folake did it and it worked for the husband. Is your husband Folake's husband? Meanwhile, you don't know what Folake collected when the husband came home. So better relax. Look for sound advice, good advice. I know sometimes your conscience will really tell you that this is off. If you're a spiritual person, your spirit will tell you that this thing is off. It might feel good to your body at the time, but you know that this is off. Bad counsel will spoil your marriage. It will spoil your marriage fast. The Bible says that every evil thing arises when there's strife. When there's gossip, it's like foxes that spread fire across a forest. So be very wary of that. Okay? Broken trust. Broken trust is another thing that can lead to a packed up marriage. Broken trust. And this can come in different ways. One of the things that makes marriage, in fact, a very core thing that makes marriage a covenant is trust. Is a bond of trust. It is, you are my person till death do us part. Or till death does us part. Why am I always sharing and confused about English on this set? Well, anyway, until death does us part. Death is singular, are we? So singular, does. Until death does us part. Okay? Correct. If that trust is broken, whether it's through infidelity, whether it's through emotional abandonment, whether it's through, choosing external family members over your nuclear family, over your wife or your husband and children, when trust is broken and there isn't intentional effort to reconcile, or there is a sloppy effort to reconcile, then the marriage is going to break. Because if I can't trust you, who's supposed to be my person, who's supposed to have my best interest at heart, why are we here? What are we doing? If I'm the only one bringing 100% and you're bringing 45%, 55%, it's going to be too lopsided. It's going to be too heavy for me to carry. And then cracks and crevices begin to come into the marriage. So I might not leave immediately, you might not leave immediately, but then we know that we are just managing. We know that we are just roommates. We know that the marriage is already broken. We're just keeping up appearances, either for the children or for society or for church or for the mosque or whatever. Because we know that the repercussions of just coming apart can be a lot to bear. These are part of the reasons that marriages break up. And finally, this one is kind of lump sum. It's society. Society itself is a reason that marriages are breaking up. Because nowadays, society will tell you in certain contexts that you don't need a man, you don't need a woman. You can freeze your eggs. There's a whole surrogacy debate going on. And maybe I should touch on that a little bit. A woman comes and says, because I have the money, or because I just want to, I don't want to carry children. I don't want to, hurt my body structure. I'm healthy, I'm fertile, but I just want to do surrogacy. My question is, what else will you just want to do when you are married? What else will you just wake up one morning and say, I don't feel like submitting. I don't feel like providing. I don't feel like having consistent sex. I don't feel like having just twosome. I want threesome. What else will you suddenly just feel like having? You that are even saying, I just want to do surrogacy. Tomorrow you just say, I just don't feel like feeding my child myself. I don't just feel like being the primary parent in this child's life. What else? God that puts a natural procedure in place for you to have children. You don't think that you do have the sense and the wisdom behind it. Okay, so sometimes society itself can be the reason that marriages break up. Society is big on lavish weddings. So you spend 20 million, 50 million on your wedding, and they're very low on the infrastructure that will actually help the marriage. Society does not help. And so if your wedding is not published on the tabloids, it feels like you're not really a hit couple. And so there's more pressure to perform than to create the structures that will help your marriage thrive. People say it's just like the same way it is with entertainment. When your music video is full of naked women and cash and gold and bling bling all over, then this is a hit music video. But when the other person who is just trying to try does something simple and basic, it doesn't hit. Society does not encourage wholesome marriages in many regards. And I really hope that from couple to couple, from individual to individual, we begin to change that narrative. The healthier we are as a couple, as a married, as an individual, the healthier the society will be. We are the ones who make up the society. And so we are the ones that can tell and change the narrative. All right. It's really sad, the fallout of failed marriages. It's really sad. And it's more than what you can see with the eye sometimes. There are feelings that you cannot express. And there are things that the children have to deal with. The children's children have to deal with, okay? It's not as easy to live out as it is to break up. Coming out of the marriage can be a day's event, even though there's been a build-up. But living with the repercussions takes years. So I really hope that you will invest in your relationship, invest in your marriage, and get married for all the right reasons so that you can enjoy a long-lasting, thriving relationship. Marriage, actually. All right, until the next video, comment, like, subscribe, follow on YouTube, follow on IG, and I look forward to connecting with you in other videos to come. Have a lovely day. Au revoir.